A number of countries have expressed support towards Kazakhstan's peacekeeping foreign policy. The country's initiatives in this area are fully welcomed in the United Nations. Independent expert Fionnuala Ni-Olaine calls to follow Kazakhstan's mission on evacuating citizens from Syrian conflict zones. Kazakhstan's humanitarian aid and responsibility for children and their mothers in the combat zone lead other countries by example, says Fionnuala Ni-Olaine. As a result of the Zhusan 2 operation, which the Kazakh Special Services conducted from May 7 to 9, more than 230 people have arrived in Kazakhstan from Syria. More than half of the people who arrived are children.
I came at the invitation of the government for an 8-day visit to assess Kazakhstan's compliance with its international human rights obligation. I want to thank the government for an open and frank dialogue. I make a number of recommendations.
Belarusian military equipment is expected to be manufactured in Kazakhstan. An agreement to establish a production facility in the country was reached at the 9th International Exhibition MILEX 2019 held in the capital of Belarus. Experts discussed the ways of manufacturing radio detection devices and electro-optical products. There are about 30 defense industry enterprises in Kazakhstan. Our producers manufacture both day and night optical devices for guns and weapon stations. There are also various projects aimed to upgrade tanks offered by our enterprises. Kazakhstan's stand was one of the most popular sections at the international exhibition. Kazakhstan-made models of armored vehicles were in high demand. The machines were developed based on the latest technologies, which allow to manufacture armor with enhanced mine protection. Kazakh specialists are planning to sign the first export contract this year. There are many outstanding models of military armament presented at this exhibition. It made me realize that military industry is a promising sector at the moment. Having looked around, I have a better idea about the world's latest developments. I can see that devices such as electronic jamming systems, firearms and optical devices are developing at a rapid pace. The event was attended by participants from 35 countries, and more than 160 state and private companies presented their developments. The Governor's Office of the Mangistau region has concluded a memorandum with the Astana International Financial Center. From now on, they will work with investors based on principles of international law. The main goal is to increase the economic potential of the region by attracting participants of the capital's financial hub. According to results of the International Investment Forum, Global Silk Road Mangistau Invest 2019 in Nur Sultan, an agreement was reached on the implementation of 2 projects in the Mangistau region. Additional 22 projects will be launched before the end of the year, including 4 projects with the participation of foreign capital of over $66 billion. We have signed an agreement with 3 companies for $250 million. These investments will play an important role not only for the Mangistau region but also for the entire country. Products made in Kazakhstan are increasingly becoming more popular in foreign markets. A key factor of the promotion of Kazakh goods is the Eurasian economic integration. One of the examples is the export of Kazakh confectionery products to Armenia. Foreign consumers gave a positive feedback on the quality and the range of candies made in Almaty and Kostanay. According to an Armenian distribution company, the initial volume of goods from Kazakhstan was 1 or 2 trucks per month. However, the Kazakh confectionery producers increased their export volumes over time. We have imported about 700,000 kilograms of candies from Kazakhstan, which is about 40 to 45 trucks. If we look at the local market, we can see that this amount is quite high. I have been successfully selling the Kazakh sweets for about a year. Our customers praise them and say that they are delicious. Currently, there is a high demand for the Kazakh confectionery goods in Armenia. The products are delivered to large cities and remote villages in the country. Suppliers are planning to expand the range of products and increase the export volumes of the Kazakh candies. Kazakhstan's small and medium businesses are developing at a fast pace. There are 135,000 small and medium businesses registered in Turkestan region alone. Last year, 10 large projects were commissioned in the region, including a factory on production of milk made of traditional drinks and a plastic bottles manufacturing enterprise. A concrete manufacturing plant was recently established here. The enterprise makes several types of products for construction companies. We manufacture 6 types of concrete products, including lintels, rings, and commercial concrete, and deliver them to Turkestan Kizilorda region, the districts of Shieli and Janakorgan, and the town of Kentau. The construction boom in Turkestan raised the demand for the output of the enterprise, such as concrete slabs and ceilings that are popular with constructors. Raw materials such as cement and fittings are delivered from Shymkent, while crushed stones are extracted not far from the city. The plant manufactures up to 400 square meters of concrete products per day. There are 14 enterprises in Turkestan Industrial Zone that manufactured products worth 3.5 billion tenge in 2018. Small and medium businesses produce output worth 495 billion tenge in 2018. The entrepreneurs are provided with all kinds of support, and there are various programs available for them. This year, 19 large enterprises worth 14 billion tenge are expected to be constructed in Turkestan region as part of the Entrepreneurs Support Map. 23rd International Exhibition Oil and Gas Uzbekistan was held in Tashkent. The event brought together representatives of more than 300 companies involved in exploration and production of mineral resources from 32 countries, including Kazakhstan. At the exhibition, national and international enterprises presented their latest developments and established business contacts with participants from various countries. Kazakh manufacturers presented the examples of modern plant equipment. According to entrepreneurs, there is a high demand for Kazakhstan-made oil and gas products in the market of Uzbekistan. This exhibition provides an opportunity to show to the Uzbek companies, including new enterprises, that we exist and we are open for cooperation. We are just entering the market of Uzbekistan after the upgrading. The country is large and there are vast opportunities here. Prominent oil and gas experts attend the Oil and Gas Uzbekistan exhibition every year. The professionals discuss the main developments and trends taking place in the industry. The exhibition is a prestigious congress platform in Uzbekistan at the moment. An international cardiac surgery masterclass was held in Kyrgyzstan. Leading doctors from Russia, China, Turkey, France, Germany, and Monaco shared experience with the local doctors. We are implanting a seamless prosthetic valve. This technology is currently well developed. Such valves are being widely applied in developed countries. This technology can avoid making permanent incisions in patients and helps the rehabilitation process faster. Every demonstrational operation lasted for at least 5 hours. Kyrgyz doctors assisted their foreign colleagues and closely observed the procedures that are taking place on the operating table. These master classes are important for our cardiac surgeons because we learn the best practices from the professionals. Within 4 days, foreign cardiac surgeons held more than a dozen complicated cardiac operations. Local doctors said that the masterclass was one of a kind. These latest developments in cardiac surgery innovations will be applied in this hospital. The operation was difficult. Everything went well and the patient will recover soon. We showed to the Kyrgyz surgeons the way we perform such operation in our hospital. Our Kyrgyz colleagues are well experienced in performing cardiac surgeries. They're very friendly and welcoming. Local cardiac surgeons are very skilled. Given the conditions provided here, they perform various operations and the experience is good. Their expertise meets international best practices. After the operations, the cardiac surgeons took part in a research to practice conference. The leading health professionals discussed the current developments and prospects of cardiac surgery performed in adults and children in Central Asia and abroad.
Никуда не выезжая, получили большой опыт в этих.
We gained much experience and learned the ways to perform new types of operations without going abroad. We are planning to purchase equipment such as a heart-lung machine, respiratory machines and other tools which will allow to introduce new kinds of operations into our regular practice and improve the cardiac surgery service.
В целом улучшить службу.
The symposium was held to mark several notable events such as 110th birth anniversary of Isa Akhundbayev, the founder of Kyrgyzstan's cardiac surgery, and 60 years since he performed the first cardiac operation in Central Asia. As part of the Year of Youth, Uzbekistan hosted the 7th IT festival, Just Start Time. More than 200 inventors took part in the festival. School children and students presented nearly 100 research projects in 4 areas: making, junior skills, startup projects, and cluster pro. There were robot polygons. The developments were unusual, highly relevant, and useful. For example, this prototype of the future exoskeleton is a work of Dildar Nur Sultan from Semey. He says that a robotic suit can be used to rescue victims in emergency situations. For example, my invention can help replace the work of 10 people during a fire situation. People with disabilities or elderlies can also use the exoskeleton instead of prostheses. Another invention is a track all-terrain vehicle. Sayed Beg Mirambekov says that it helps to equip any tractor or combine. Its development easily turns the vehicle into a drone. Solar motors are used to fuel the development instead of diesel. Feasibility of the electric tracked all-terrain vehicle is high compared to conventional tractors. For example, it can be applied for sowing, cultivating, and harvesting crops. Daniel and Stanislav have developed visual aids in teaching physics. Their idea was to enliven lessons. First grader Aziz Wali Khan from Moskimen and his friend created a popular toy machine gun. Eldar Rahimbayev made an excavator. One commonality of all these inventions is hydraulic pumps. The developers also presented interesting projects in cosmonautics. While some students invent energy sources for rockets, others propose to extract helium-3 from the moon in order to use it for thermonuclear installations. A huge number of robots have been presented in the exhibition. The robots are artists, dancers, and guides. Others may work underground and underwater. All of the robots can be used in practice. This is a platform for young people where they can show their developments which can be applied in agriculture and engineering in the future. Well, there is a very extensive exhibition today and everyone here can find something for themselves in any industry. In the future, I think we will implement them in life. They are already in production and so on. An international IT forum will be organized in Uzbekistan this autumn. Young children and students as well as IT companies will receive scholarships for the best projects. The fund will be spent on developing applied solutions for the development of economy and social areas in eastern Kazakhstan. 30 Kazakh school students are studying at the most prestigious universities in France. The students study under a special scholarship program at an educational institution which is located in the French Silicon Valley. We are still teenagers and not grown-ups. Therefore, the only thing that we can do is to put much effort into our education in Kazakhstan and the world's best universities. We will return to Kazakhstan and apply the knowledge at home. Therefore, I believe that young people have a chance to study in prominent universities and grow. After returning to Kazakhstan, we will contribute to the growth of the Kazakh economy.
Вернувшись в Казахстан, уже поднимать экономику своей страны.
The new scholarship program was made possible as a result of cooperation between the French Embassy in Kazakhstan and Kazakhstan's honorary consulate in France's Côte d'Azur. The scholarship covers education and accommodation in the educational campus. It is a great chance for us to gain extensive knowledge in France, particularly in a center like this. I haven't chosen my major yet, but I am inclined towards math or physics.
Для меня этот шанс, можно сказать, был...
It was a 1,000,000 to 1 chance for me because I come from a regular background just like many other Kazakh students. I believe that if students are passionate about studying and evolving, they will continue growing in any circumstances if their families, schools and their country believe in them.
Твоя семья, твоя школа и твоя страна.
The students will learn the basics of engineering during the first year of education. The young people will represent challenging yet noble professions in the future. The potential specialists are planning to apply the knowledge gained in France back in Kazakhstan. The 16th Eurasian Media Forum has been officially opened today. The number of guests and participants is higher than yesterday. Topics are also relevant and informative. For example, the deglobalization, the world in search of new development models meeting took place. Experts say that there is a reverse movement in the long-term globalization process of the global economy. The participants said that it was a great honor for them to discuss such topics of the world on the Kazakh land. This is how it is now. We cannot live without countries other than Kazakhstan. Now the world is like an internet village. Therefore, everything that is happening around the world has a direct impact on Kazakhstan. I think it's a good opportunity to discuss these topics here and now. The majority of American experts discuss about various aspects such as the growing population in the world, energy resources and the shortage of food in the world. Meanwhile, experts from Kenya, Russia, Kazakhstan and Romania didn't reach an agreement in the discussions on the role of information technologies in the development of mankind.
I'm a strong proponent of these advances of artificial intelligence, and I think that it will bring lots and lots of benefits to humanity. Artificial intelligence is going to be a tool.
The general partner of the 16th Eurasian Media Forum, which will end tomorrow, is Samruk Kazina Sovereign Wealth Fund. Capital soloists performed an outstanding work of world classics Eugene Onegin on the stage of Sakien Seyfulin Kazakh Drama Theatre in Karagandi. The production of Italian director and set designer Davide Livermore took its worthy place in the repertoire of Astana Opera. The Eugene Onegin opera premiered 3 months ago. A new interpretation of the work of Alexander Pushkin of the same name has become one of the favorite ones among the performers. Aygul Niyazova, Talgat Musabayev, Jean Tapin, and Tatiana Vitsinskaya starred in the opera. 250 exclusive costumes were made especially for this performance. The theatre crew has toured to Karagandi for the 3rd time, where they have acquired a number of fans. I'm starring as Onegin, and I can relate to my character very much. I have performed as Onegin many times. I started my creative career from this very performance. For the past 20 years, I have been singing in this performance. Every time, new colors are added, as well as new approach and new vision are created. Of course, over time, I gained the experience and improved my skills. I'm becoming stricter to myself. Therefore, the old and new performances are not the same.
К себе тоже растет, поэтому спектакль не бывает одинаковым.
Өте сондай лирикалық жағына, поэтикалық жағына, музыкалық жағына.
Lenski is a sophisticated character. On the one hand, the character is very beautiful and rich in lyric. I tried very hard to perform at the highest level. I want to highlight that classical art is immortal, since the music is relevant at all times.
Жақсы бір көңілмен тыңдасын деп, өткен бұл классикалық ешқашан ұмытылмайтын өнер.
The Gaziza Zhubanova State String Quartet performed to a full house in the Center for Fine Arts Bozar in Brussels. Kazakh virtuosos performed famous works by Joseph Haydn and Felix Mendelssohn, as well as masterpieces of Kazakh composer Gaziza Zhubanova. The musicians also staged Aytım Salim, Kalamkas, the popular song of Kazakh poet Abay, and Aday Kuy of Kazakh composer Kurmangazy. Our duty is to popularize Kazakh music as well as to introduce the foreign audiences with the work of Kazakh composers and the rich heritage they have left for us. It was a very beautiful concert, not only of Western classics, which was very well performed, but also of beautiful Kazakh music, which became a joyful discovery for me. This is a very rhythmic music, which is very pleasant to listen to. Great work of the musicians. Bravo. All the payments collected from the concert tickets will be utilized for the support of young, talented classical music performers in Kazakhstan. In October, the team of musicians plans to tour to Vienna.